I'm joined here today by the one, the only, pound for pound, one of the best nicknames in combat sports. I am, of course, talking about Blood Diamond. What's going on, sir? How are you?
That's good, man. Nothing much. Just chilling.
And so, listen, man, you've got a lot of exciting stuff going on. Obviously, the big UFC debut. I see more and more people are talking about it, man. How does it feel to be, having this big opportunity and making it to the UFC?
To be honest, right now it's just like I don't know. It hasn't fully sunk in. For me, it's more the excitement starts when I'm in that cage and the gate is locked and the bell rings, and then I'm like, yep, it's on now. It's happening, and then that's when all the excitement happens. But until then, I'm just like, oh, anything can happen between now and then, So don't get I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much. Just keeping it cool.
Can't argue with that. So I'm doing my research on you. I see you don't do a whole lot of interviews, but I do stumble upon a video from Chael Sonnen, who dedicated like I think a whole 15-minute video for you. Talking about the Blood Diamond and stuff. Have you seen that video? Did you see Chael Sonnen's reaction?
Yeah, yeah. I was even shocked. I'm like, man, I've got Chaels talking about me. It's just, I'm just like, wow. Oh, whoa. Like, yeah, I was speechless.
So one thing Chael does say in the video is that most guys, he's like, I thought he had 11 fights. You only have three, and he's like, if you have three fights and you get signed to the UFC, it means there's a reason behind that. There's something special. What's the reason for you? I know you have like a million kickboxing fights. I don't even know what the official number is. It's something crazy, but what's the special meaning? Three fights, you're in the UFC. There's a reason for that.
Um, I mean, well, I guess everyone's always going to say I've got something different. I'm unique in my own way. Yeah, it's the same story, but like what can I say? Like I cannot put it in words. You just, I guess you just have to see it. Yeah.
So how many kickboxing fights do you have officially? Because last time I heard it was like 100 and something. What's the official number?
Okay, so I honestly could not tell you because once upon a time I moved to China. That's where I got a lot of my kickboxing record, my experience from, and I would fight at least a minimum twice a month. That's minimum. So there were times I would be fighting back to back a whole month, just week after week. So it got to the point like you lose track of these things. You're like, oh crap, yep, get ready for the next fight. No time to celebrate the wins, no time to cry about the losses. You just, yep, on to the next one. So yeah, I think at maybe around 50 fights, I'm just, you know what, I can't keep up with this. So just get as much experience as I can, and yeah, and evolve from that, really.
So what was the plan for you kickboxing wise and MMA wise? Were you doing kickboxing to help prepare you for MMA like we know one of your training partners Israel went that route, or did you just kind of naturally make that switch?
To be honest, I never thought I was gonna do MMA at all. My goal was to like at least get a world title in kickboxing. My main focus was stand up, just yeah, kickboxing. And at one point, I'm like, oh, I really want to get into glory, glory kickboxing. I managed to get that. Uh, I only managed to get one fight in glory. It didn't go my way, but kept on waiting for more fights, and nothing came up. And it was at this. There was a time where my coach was just like, "If only you were doing MMA, I'll be able to get you fights easy." And I'm just like, man, instead of just sitting around, I might as well start training. Just give it a go. It was like I said, I never thought of it like, oh yeah, I want to be like I would go watch UFC with my friends and all. I'm like, "Ah, that's cool," but I never saw myself doing it. But then, just because I really love fighting and I just wanted to evolve, I was just like, yeah, why not? Why not give this MMA thing a go?
So how do you like the ground game and the transitions? We know a lot of guys they love to stand and bang. They love the stand up aspect. they get put on the bottom in wrestling. They realize like, oh man, this is not as fun as the stand up. How do you like the ground game in MMA?
Like yeah, I mean, it is new compared to kickboxing, you know. Like right now, I'll be like a year out of camp, and someone's like, "You wanna have a kickboxing fight? Easy, I'll just jump in, and no problem." But MMA, what is it called? The ground game. I'm slowly picking it up, you know. I was fortunate enough, like at my early stages of learning MMA, and I went to what is it called, Team Oyama in California, and yeah, working with the guys from 10th Planet, and yeah, they made it seem that exciting. So yeah, uh, like I'm not gonna say it sucks. I'm not gonna. It's quite it's interesting, you know. It forces me to like what is it called? Like it's uncomfortable, but what is it called? Being uncomfortable is like what I thrive off. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Like I want to get better. So yeah, it's getting better in what I'm doing.
So I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. I'm about to put you on the spot with this question, so feel free to navigate this
Uh,
however you feel. But in the news, there's been a lot of talk about City Kickboxing. Israel Adesanya, he said what he said about New Zealand. So the talk is, at one point they wanted to move the gym to the USA. The latest is that they're thinking of merging with Alex Volkanovski in Australia. What are you able to reveal to us? Like, what can you sort of tell us about City Kickboxing, if you can tell us anything?
this is the thing. With you, my coach, we've got this relationship that I don't ask nothing, and then he tells me when the time is ready, you know, because like he's got so many things going on, you know. So I don't want to be that person who keeps on nagging. Oh, what's this? What's the next plan? What's the next move? I'm just like, you know what? I'll just let me just stay prepared, you know, just do what I need to do and and just be ready for whatever. Yeah. So if we are heading out, we head out. If we're staying, we stay. Either way, I'm game. I
There
just
we
want
go.
to get ready. I just want to be more. I want to be prepared for this debut. You know.
That's fair enough. Speaking about the debut,
Yeah.
so the UFC does this sort of unique thing where you can sort of pick your nationality for your fight kit, right? We see guys, you have the different countries. You have two options. You can go with New Zealand, or I'm not sure. I think you'd be the first to wear like Zimbabwe on your kit. I don't think we've seen anyone. Have you thought about that? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what you want to represent in that debut?
Uh, to be honest, both.
Yeah.
Like like the reality is, I am Zimbabwean. That's where I was born, right? I cannot just abandon that. But at the same time, New Zealand is where I call home, and they've accepted me as one of theirs. So yeah, I cannot abandon one. I mean, I'm in that situation. I just have to choose both, you know.
So have you
Yeah.
reached have you reached that situation where when you're in New Zealand, people say you're from Zimbabwe? When you go to Zimbabwe, people are like, you're from New Zealand. Like, have you reached that point yet?
Nah, 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 no. Yeah. I'm just right now. I'm just a small fish, you know, small fish in a big pond. So no one really pays too much attention to that. You know, it's till you start blowing up, and then they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah." What I can say is just I'm just gonna keep the same energy. New Zealand is home, and Zimbabwe is where I'm from. I'm a Zimbabwean-born Kiwi, is what I like to say.
There we go. That's a very good answer. I think the people want to know though. You have this nickname Blood Diamond. I've heard a bunch of people say, I don't know anything about this guy, but nickname alone, I'm a fan and I'm following him. So, what's the story behind the nickname Blood Diamond? What can you tell us about that?
Now that's a question you may need to ask Huge. But this is me just assuming African kid walks into a gym. He's assuming, oh crap, he's gonna have a real African name to try to remember. So I'm just gonna jump the gun and just give him this nickname. Maybe he was just watching this movie, or I don't know. Maybe I remind him of it, but hey, it stuck. And crazy thing is the whole gym, like no one. a lot of people that actually don't know my real name. My coaches didn't know until years down the line. I was traveling to Australia, and they said, "Oh, can I have your passport?" And oh, damn, you got an English name. I'm like, yeah, but at that point, at that point, it was Blood Diamond. It was stuck. So, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Just keep it that way. Continue with that name, and yeah, like you don't really see that often. So I'm like, you know what? I want to be that guy in UFC when they introduce me. Oh yeah, this Blood Diamond, and whatever news they're gonna be talking about me. Like, yeah, that's Blood Diamond. So yeah, why not?
I mean, you say because of the African thing, but it could be because they think you look like Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean? Like there are different ways of saying it. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be the Africa thing. Like there are options for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That could be it. Definitely. Yeah, I could. Yes, keep me away from your girls, man. I'm Mr. See your girl. Nah. I hope my girl didn't hear
Yeah, there we go. All right, man. So you're making your debut at UFC 271. Supposed to be a big card. Israel's supposed to defend against Robert Whitaker, all that good stuff. You're taking on
that.
Orion Kossi. What was your reaction when they came to you and said that was your next opponent? Because I mean, I know for kickboxing, for you, I assume you don't even know the guys' names at the end of the day. But for a mate, it's got to be a
Yeah.
little bit different. Were you familiar with this guy?
Man, no. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna fight. Yeah, finally, I'm gonna
Yeah.
fight. I'm like, I'm stoked. It's those steps getting closer to being in that cage and locking it up and me getting excited. But for me, throughout my career, I've never like needed to know my opponents. I focus on me. So like there's I mean, like I take that advice, but like when people are telling me like what to expect, etc., etc. But most of the times is I'm just like I just gotta train, focus on what I'm doing, and let just leave it to my coaches. So like if like what is called video studies, they'll do it, and then they'll basically tell me what I need to do, and otherwise, like I said, I feel like I've got a unique style. So for them, the way they were fighting with whichever opponent they were fighting is because they were fighting them. When they are faced with me, it's gonna be a different story. So uh, it is what it is. So I don't really pay too much attention to it.
Another big thing when you made your UFC signing, we see the articles come out, but a lot of people they didn't really mention you by name. A lot of it was Israel Adesanya's, training partner, the guy from Israel's gym and stuff like that. What do you think when you see that? Like, are you at a point where it's like, yeah, we train together, but like, Blood Diamond is a person too. Like, I have a name, even though people are sort of intimidated by it.
Yeah, I don't pay too much attention to that. If that's like the only thing I can do is make a statement. You know. Okay, fair enough. If they want to know me as Israel's training partner, okay, cool. And then they'll see what I've got, and they're like, oh damn, oh yeah, that's Blood Diamond. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. And now it's gonna be, oh yeah, Blood Diamond. That's like it'll be the other way around. Nah, man, yeah, don't say that, but but they will. I just gotta show them who I am, and then yeah. Uh, make a name for myself, really. Like stand on my own 2 feet.
All right, and so I have one last question for you. You're set to make your UFC debut. What's kind of your prediction for the fight? What are you looking in there to do? I mean, what are you kind of expecting out of this UFC debut?
Uh, a fight. um, I don't know, man. I'm just. What can I say? I just take things as they come because I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what's gonna happen. Uh, yeah, it could be a quick fight, it could be a long fight. Personally, I like to fight, so if it can be. I just want it to be an exciting fight. I just want to be able to kiss myself and see where I'm at. I mean, for me to be in the UFC, they see that I've got the skills to do that. So I need to show it, like show the world. So yeah, I guess I predict a exciting fight.
Well, there we go. We can't argue with that, man. It's we always love the exciting fights. Thank you so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on signing with the UFC. I'm very excited to follow your career, and hopefully we'll be able to talk soon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Lucas.